This lawn was covered in dollar spot, a very common turf disease we're seeing right here in Michigan right now, especially with the heat and temperatures we've gotten. I'm going to talk you through how you can transform your lawn if you do end up getting dollar spot. When dollar spot starts off, it's going to start as these small little silver dollar, almost white to bleach looking little patches or dots, a regular pattern in the lawn. When you start to see that, that can be some cause for concern because eventually these little spots can merge into bigger spots and kind of keep going if left unchecked, and eventually they will kind of eat away at the lawn and giving the lawn a very bad appearance as the lawn is dying off. So this disease will thrive in warm, humid conditions just during the summertime, especially when moisture sits on the blades of the turf and it kind of creates that environment for mycelium to grow. When we got out here, the customer expressed concern.
Did okay the first 4 years I was here, but then this shit just, I've never seen anything like this. Jordan, great work. Thank you very much.
Thank you. I appreciate it. Because a lot of those spots were already merging to form bigger spots and kind of creating large, dead-looking areas. Right when we got out here, we talked about some irrigation. We diagnosed it as dollar spot because we looked at that grass blade. From there, we go ahead and did a liquid fungicide application, and then we followed that up with a granular fertilizer. The liquid fungicide is going to stop that pathogen, that disease from spreading kind of in its track. And then the nitrogen part that we did is going to help kind of push that top growth out, and so you don't see that damage anymore. The other thing we did too is we wanted to check the irrigation. We wanted him to adjust his irrigation a little bit. We want to make sure that lawn was drying out when it comes to nighttime and watering deep and infrequently every other day to every third day because we don't want that lawn being wet going into the nighttime. We also talked to the customer about the mow height. We want to be mowing, at a minimum of 3 inches. We don't want to be cutting off too much of the grass blade, and we also want our mower blades to be sharp as well. We don't want to have a dull blade, kind of not cutting that blade clean. Truly, a lot of the times before any of these problems start, we want to actually prevent the problem from happening again or even in the first place. What we're going to do is we're going to mostly educate the customer and talk about cultural practices and everything that they can be doing along with us to kind of create this from even happening, right? How do we do that? I want to again touch on the watering, the mowing height, stuff like that, and then in sync with our products and what we do in our process, those things combined will give you that best opportunity to prevent this from even happening. We're here on this lawn. As you can see, we have vastly reduced the damage here. It does not look as bad as last time. There is still a little bit here and there, and that's just going to take time for that to grow out. Of course, again, it's only been like 2 weeks since we did initial application, but for some of the bigger spots that were heavily damaged, it doesn't look like we're getting any grass that's coming back, or it may be taking longer. You can kind of see some of these grasses are kind of trying to recover. If you look at that crown too, the crown is still green, so it is just going to take time for some of these to just recover longer. It's just old damage from that disease being there for a long time. What you can do to kind of speed this up is either power seed or aeration overseed this as well. It's basically going to put seeds down into that grass, that thatch layer. It's going to help it recover quicker or kind of fill this back in quicker than it would naturally. We're going to get a lot of this back. It's just going to take more time, but if you want to speed up that process, seed is always a good thing. If you follow all the steps we talked about, or even some of them, it's going to help your lawn either prevent this dollar spot from happening in the first place, or if you do end up getting a disease, it's going to help it recover. Again, a lot of those cultural practices in sync with what we did kind of helped this customer out and push this disease out of this lawn and fully recover. If you want to see what this lawn looked like in the beginning, right when we got here, we're going to link that video up here so you can see what we started with. If you have any questions about what we did, how we did it, the process, or the products used, please let us know in the comments. Like, subscribe. Thank you so much for watching.